So my name is Blake with Refuse. Refuse is based in Chicago, Illinois. It's founded earlier this year in mid-March. We can go ahead to the next slide. So the issue we see here is with organic waste produced in homes and at corporations. And the total amount of these combined factors makes up roughly 48 to 56% of all organic waste that ends up in landfills. And if you pay attention to the chart on the right, you'll see that currently organic waste makes up about 50.1% of all landfill mass. And it's only been increasing since around the 1980s. Next slide. So where we provide value is we close the loop from the grocery store to your kitchen table. So we link businesses to local farms on the larger scale. So we link supermarkets and other large retailers with local farms to provide animal feed. The process for that entails pureeing it and making it a nutritional value for their livestock. This is a cost-saving measure as well as it's more efficient than diverting it to a landfill. And on the consumer side, the consumers are charged on a subscription basis to fill up. We operate on we give them a bucket, they give us a bucket premise. We give them a bucket, they fill it up with their organic waste, and then we return bi-weekly to pick it up and then drop off usable compost. So we can go to the next slide. So this is an illustration of exactly how these two channels work. On the business side, you can see that we take their trash and then we convert it to food that it's available for livestock feed. This is something that other places like the University of Rutgers are already implementing with their dining services. And then on the home standpoint, you see some businesses doing this already. And this provides an easy, quick, clean way for them to get clean compost in their homes without much hassle. Next slide. So our business model, we offer a subscription-based service for homes. The homes are billed at $25 a month for biweekly pickup, with additional pickup fees in place if they want more frequent service. And then the stores are billed at $500 per ton. Sustainability consulting is also available. We see a value in this from certain restaurants that are able to outsource some of their waste in order to obtain materials for their business, such as a breakfast store giving their scraps to a chicken farm for eggs. We can go to the next slide. So getting started. So getting our foot in the door, we want to first head out to farmers markets, getting a lot of these routes planned and just kind of getting some of those first adopters to make sure that we've got our foot in the door. Going from there, we're targeting garden center pop-ups so that way we can get our product in the face of a lot of people who have been gardening throughout COVID-19, and you see a lot of people that have been completely blowing out garden centers. So this would be a prime area to kind of build some brand awareness. And then from there, going more towards the online section, more brand awareness, more customization, and targeting the Facebook ads, Google campaign. And then we can go to the next slide. So competitive analysis, there are other business models similar to this. Our main advantage is that there is a massive de-urbanization going on with COVID-19. A lot of companies are stating that they will plan on moving their employees remotely. So we would operate mostly in Southwest Chicago and the other suburbs surrounding. And the advantage to that is that's where you see a lot of home. You've seen a huge increase in home DIY projects and home gardening. And so the other advantages we have is that we also provide consulting to businesses that can't otherwise use said compost, such as if you're an apartment building, condo, et cetera. And we're really benefiting from the lockdown orders in place because a lot more people want more peace and tranquil areas around their homes. We can go to the next slide. Management team, I'm just a sole founder myself. I have a background in accounting. I have my email and phone number here. Next slide. Key metrics is centered around similar business models and the progress they've seen. So I've spoken to a few people with similar business models, and this was similar metrics they use. Year one, 50 customers, just getting your foot in the door, making sure you have all your routes planned, the process organized, and everything like that. Year two, really solidifying the area in which you operate. And then year three is expanding to other areas and other modes of other routes in other areas. We can go to the next slide. So next steps is really getting that, really getting the process for the mulch compost conversion down, raising funds in order to get more customized buckets, because our big point of branding is you could trace it as almost a milkman kind of community feel. So allow people to really feel like they're taking part in the composting themselves, and establish partnerships with community composters so that we don't actually have to directly do a lot of the composting ourselves. That's it, I think. Should be.
Okay, any questions?
Hey, Blake.
Yeah.
Hi, this is David. Really great presentation. I really liked how you structured your business story in here. Your diagram on how this is going to work, your next steps, go to market, very clear, very good. Could you just kind of tell us, how did you get into this problem solving? Like, how did you figure out that this was a need?
Right. So, the origin of this idea is my dad is owns a wholesaling company. One of his distribution arms is in fruit itself. So one issue that we always have is we throw away around a dumpster load of fruit a week, and that just goes straight to landfills. And then on the other side, he distributes bread to a lot of local supermarkets, and they do the same thing there. And so that's where the idea came about, is this really the best way we can get rid of this?
So let me ask, Blake, is this for those large entities then, or because I saw farmers markets in there? Are there a lot of farmers markets on the southwest side of Chicago?
Yes.
Okay, so you're looking at taking the compost that they have, the extra, and putting it into a situation where it's going back to the farm, correct?
So not necessarily. The trash is sourced from two different areas. The businesses themselves will not have a lot of use for compost. So the best route is to start off building a consumer base, and then once we have enough capital, then we can start getting the necessary PPE involved to make sure we have a pureed and consistent enough animal feed in order to help out the farmers.
I think it's a great idea, and it's such a good model. It can be used in so many different ways, in so many different places. It's very exciting. Thanks for sharing it.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, Blake. This is Greg. So again, I'll echo David. Nice presentation. One question I have you looked into like what the ag market is going to need as far as what your deliverable to them is going to be? Because for a lot of these big farms, these commercial lots, they have very specific dietary requirements, nutrient requirements for their people. So are you going to have to I mean, for the animals that they feed? So are you going to have to formulate this, what you send to them with whatever they need?
You're exactly correct. You do need a certain, not an exact range. This would be known as a variable animal feed. The issue with starting off is that you need a large quantity in order to blend it. It's almost like a hot dog process, in which you're just kind of taking all the vegetables, pureeing it, getting that. It turns into sort of a red slime. But after speaking with several officials with the FDA and the USDA, they've informed me that if you get a high enough quantity, you'll get a similar nutritional basis in which the farmers can structure the diets from there. But that is a huge factor, because if you deliver 500 calories one day, 200 calories another day, that animal's going to be drastically underfed.
Right, and typically, maybe they do it on the farm, but they typically have additives there to achieve certain goals depending on what type of livestock they're feeding. So, just a thought.
Exactly, and the advantage. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say one other thing. Sometimes I think maybe I'm just missed something, but sometimes you use the term compost and mulch synonymously, but I mean they are different things, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Compost is a soil additive, and mulch is basically a decorative sort of thing, right? I mean,
Yeah.
maybe, go ahead.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, with a lot of consumer-based compost, they do want a little bit of mulch mixed in there. So while for the most part it is compost, there is still a little bit of a wood chip aspect to it.
So it would be used for top dressing for landscaping purposes or soil additive?
Landscaping purposes with the addition of soil additive. So while the compost would seep down, the mulch would stay on top.
Okay, great, thanks.
Hey Blake, this is David again. I don't remember did you have like a market size slide that indicated your potential at this time?
I had I might have been one or two to the left or right of this current slide, but it was years 1 through 3, and it was 50 customers starting out to 1,000 in 3 years. That's based off a few people I've talked to. Yeah, there we go. A few people I've talked to in other states, they have seen very similar numbers to this. One specific guy in Arizona I talked to, him and his wife started a company with a similar business model, and they went from 1 to 1,400 in 3 years.
So when you talk about a customer here, do you have a defined archetype that represents kind of the expectation for each customer?
So we've narrowed it down to a little bit in the demographic and location size demographic. Mm-hmm. It's the baby boomer segment, and then more the millennial segment. The reasons behind that is the baby boomer segment. These people grew up with a lot of their parents scraping the extra eggs out of eggshells, storing animal fat, kind of getting every last bit of nutritional value they could out of anything they used. Mm-hmm. And then the millennial factor that represents more of the eco-conscious minded consumer. Mm-hmm. Is the term I would use. People who want to, I guess you could tie a little bit of instant gratification in it. People who want to know they're doing good without having to actually go out and do a lot of work with this.
Sure. And then from that information, have you been able to determine what your customer acquisition costs or lifetime value might be per customer?
Not to a specific dollar value. However, we've seen with a lot of, for what I've seen with a lot of similar companies, are that usually they've only see about 5% of their customers drop off, but it pales in comparison to their growth. Only issue being is that some of the people I've talked to are in warmer climates and some are in colder climates. So it's obvious that a lot of people, I mean, if you're in Michigan, not a lot of people are going to want to be gardening in December.
Any other questions? If not, I will ask our traditional final question. What can we as a community do to help you?
Yeah, so I'm always looking for better ways to launch out into the farmers markets. I've been attending a few over the past couple of weeks just to make sure that I've got a good understanding of exactly what they would expect there or kind of demonstration. So if you have any ideas, please feel free to reach out, or if you would be available for me to talk to you about this idea and just kind of throw some ideas around, my phone number and email are right there. Just take a picture of it, shoot me a text, shoot me an email, and we can go from there.
Very good. All right. Thank you so much.